Welcome to the Scotty Woodsman. On today's episode, we'll be making a gun stock for the Springfield Trapdoor. Now, this Springfield Trapdoor is chambered in 50-70. It's a conversion rifle that was made from a musket from the Springfield 1863. I've had a hard time finding gun stock and gun stocks that fit these rifles because they are rather long guns in their form. Overall length is 52 to 53 inches, and there's not many gun stocks out there that fit this. I've been trying to lately increase my sewing skills with fabrics and different fabrics just for outdoor use, hunting, fishing, basically just trying to make things that I'll actually use and maybe save a little money at it too. I know a gun stock's not very expensive, but I mostly use this as a training exercise, and it's very easy to make one. Anyone beginning to sew like me shouldn't have really too much trouble making one, and it's a great starter thing to make that's actually going to be useful.
Well, let's get started. I first lay my Trapdoor Springfield on my material that I picked out. And I got this material from Joann's Fabric. It's a green felt light material that's inexpensive. It's around $2 a yard, yet very durable and has a lot of flexibility. I then draw with a marker the general shape of my gun, and then I have a line that I cut across. I'm going to also fold the fabric in half, and by doing that, after I cut it, it gives me two equal parts of my gun stock that I'm going to sew together. I then pin my gun stock together using T pins, and then work around the entire gun or shape that I want. I'm then left with a flap that I'm going to have to cut off due to I'm just going to have one flap that goes over the edge to basically seal up the gun stock. So one will be a little bit shorter than the other. I then work on my seams where I fold in and pin that together. For this gun stock, I'm choosing an orange thread, as you can see on my bobbin and my thread roll right there. Now that my material is ready, I set up my sewing machine and thread my needle. I then begin to use a zigzag stitch and start sewing my gun stock together, the two halves. Along the muzzle, I go back and forth a few times. It gives the muzzle end a little bit more durability when loading the gun in the stock. I did have to rethread my needle at the muzzle end as my thread broke, but I did get it back together and finished up my stock. Now keep in mind you won't see the messed up muzzle end where I made multiple passes because it's going to be turned inside out. Here's the top of the sock where the seam is folded in and sewn together. Now we can start working on our flap that will cover the butt of the stock. I decided to go like an old school look and have kind of a triangle fold that goes over the top. I think that's pretty cool. So I pin everything together and use the same zigzag stitch as I did before. Now that we are finishing up the gun stock, it's time to do all the finishing touches, like adding the buttons for the flap, and also you notice that I trimmed all the seams so that there's not extra material, so you're not finding the extra material and it looks nicer. But overall, the gun stock turned out very well. Had about $5 in materials invested in it and about 2 hours of time. So, the last I checked in the store, you can get a gun stock for around $10. So, well worth it in my opinion. Gained some experience, plus I have a new gun stock. So, that concludes my video. If I missed something or you found this helpful, please leave a comment. Hey guys, thanks for watching. Hope you liked it. Like and subscribe,
You can also find us on Instagram.